We only ended up staying in the Ragged Islands for a couple days, and we only got to see a couple of little islands. I was kind of disappointed to leave so early, but a really good weather window popped up, so we took the opportunity and started our journey east. The stretch of ocean from the southern Bahamas all the way to St. Martin is called the Thorny Path, and it's not to be taken lightly. It's called the Thorny Path because the trade winds blow from east to west, and so when you're going from the Bahamas towards the Leeward Islands, you are beating into the wind, waves, and currents for over 700 miles. When you have a good weather window, you should really take it. What makes this a good weather window? For us anyway, is very little wind and minimum swell. Again, because the wind would be blowing from the east to the west, so we would be going dead into the wind. And that is not a fun ride. We are leaving the Bahamas with our friends on the trawler Optimus Creed and another trawler called Alliance. OC and Alliance are heading to the DR, and to be honest, we aren't sure if we're going to follow them all the way there or if we're going to stop in Turks and Caicos. Either way, this passage will take a day and a half to 2 full days. We actually don't make the decision until we're about midway in our passage. Ultimately, we decided to stop in Turks and Caicos because we really wanted to experience this country on our terms and not let the lightning strike define our time there. So we made another stop at our old stomping grounds. So this is what my watch looks like. Me and my little shadow. She's got her Legos out. Playing Legos. Watching the horizon. Trying not to get sick.
The other place you could stop, I guess, is where the Dominican National Park is at. That beautiful, beautiful park supposedly up in Dominican.
And today is a special day on Sea Dog because we are celebrating our captain's birthday. See it?
Yeah, I see it. Me too. Barely. I barely see that.
Yeah, we see it. Land ho!
Birthday
to you. Happy birthday, dear B-Dog, Captain Daddy. Happy birthday to you.
Blow out the candle.
Make a wish.
Make a wish and then blow out the candle.
I'm gonna need some help, kids.
Nice.
I knew y'all would help me out.
So how does it feel to be 50?
Dad,
I finally reached the same age as my old lady.
When we arrived in Turks and Caicos, something felt off right away. The check-in process was taking really long, and there was unusual activity on the dock. We saw heavily armed military-style police walking around, and then a school bus backed up to the dock. That's when we knew something was up. The first police boat pulled up, and we watched as people were escorted off and placed under arrest. That's when we realized these were Haitian refugees. A few minutes later, another police boat arrived, towing the small vessel that they had crossed in. The seas were calm last night, the same weather window we had chosen for our own passage. For us, it was comfort. For them, it was survival. And this was in March of 2024, when Haiti was in crisis. Civil unrest had erupted. Gangs had launched coordinated attacks on critical infrastructure in Port-au-Prince. The international airport was shut down. The two largest prisons were stormed and nearly 5,000 prisoners escaped. Violence and hunger were everywhere. The country was in a deep humanitarian and political crisis. And these people were just trying to escape it all. It's one thing to see this on the news. It's another thing to witness it in real life. Imagine how desperate you would have to be to cross over 100 miles of ocean in this little boat. Seeing these refugees up close brought all that into sharp focus. It wasn't just headlines, it was human lives. Now, I'm not suggesting that it's okay to enter a country illegally. I understand that the Turks and Caicos has the right and obligation to patrol and defend their borders. It is not their responsibility to accept these people into their country. They could be Haitian prisoners that escaped. There is no way for the Turks and Caicos officials to know who these men and women are because they probably don't have the right documentation. And if they do, there are legal ways to enter the country. I'm not blaming the Turks and Caicos police or Coast Guard. They are doing their jobs and have every right to. And if I'm being honest, I would not want to come across this boat full of people on the open ocean, just as TCI doesn't want them on their streets, because desperate people do desperate things. This is such a sensitive and complicated issue, and it's a global issue. There are refugees fleeing broken countries all over the world. I am not a politician, and I don't know what the solution is. All I know is that we're all human beings, and I have compassion for them.
I keep making, Mom?
Why?
Because I want it to be faster.
Yeah.
So I keep mixing and mixing.
You're a very good mixer. Very good mixer. I don't know what I'd do without you. So after a long day and a half of passage and a good night's sleep, we set out to stretch our legs and explore some of Turks and Caicos. We went back to one of the beaches we enjoyed last time, and we hit up our favorite ice cream spot. We also took the dinghy out to explore some places that we didn't get to see last time we were here, due to weather and circumstance. We were amazed by how incredibly beautiful this bank is. The water is a different shade of blue than the Bahamas, yet it's every bit as mesmerizing. We found a nice spot and hung out for the afternoon. Brent was able to take off his boot and do some swimming and a little bit of water therapy. We even made a stop at our favorite restaurant, Solana, to have some much-deserved sushi and watch the sunset.
Alright, Mama, now it's time for all your damn leftovers.
I know, we need to throw it out.
What?
I'll pay to get your hair put in dreads too.
No, I'm good. You know, thank you so much.
Wes,
for
turn
the
around, look at me.
opportunity. I'm gonna pass.
I've been wanting dreads since I knew about them.
Turn around. And yeah, so there's big news on Sea Dog. Weston is getting dreadlocks. I don't want to say obsessed, but he's been very interested in them for a long time. Anytime he sees a Rastafari, he always points them out and mentions their dreadlocks. We saw a spot here that does them, so why not? The process actually took a lot longer than we had anticipated. He sat in the chair for nearly 6 hours, plus a lunch break. And I know her fingers were hurting by the time she was finished. And here is the end result. Weston has dreadlocks. And of course, that deserves ice cream. We wrapped up our time in Providenciales and said goodbye to South Bank Marina as we continue our journey east. We are staging to go over to Grand Turk and hopefully see my friend Aisha.